Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video from the 10-7 MMA show. I just wrapped up my long work day. For those of you guys don't know, I work a lot. I work super late. And one of my students actually told me, as I've been making my way through my day, that there was a massive announcement several hours ago. And the announcement is UFC 311, which we all knew that Islam Makhachev was likely defending his belt against Sarukian, was finally announced 2 hours ago, and pre-sale the tickets just went on pre-sale. And this fight is actually happening in my backyard in Los Angeles. I was checking out the tickets and I'm like, oh my God. I mean, this is going to be one of the best UFC events. And I keep saying that about every subsequent event. They just seem to keep getting better and better. Now, unfortunately, it does seem like I'll be out of town working for a Fusion Fight League in Montana during this actual event. So that's a bummer, but it is what it is. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm so excited that this fight has finally been put, this card has finally been put together. So we're going to go through some of the announcements, and there's a really funny story about, but the co-main is even crazier. But anyways, it's finally been announced. Islam versus Sarukian, the rematch they fought long ago when Sarukian was young in his career, and I cannot wait to see this. I'm a massive Islam fan. I know so many people are. He's one of the biggest stars in the UFC, and this is happening, as I mentioned, in LA. But look at the rest of the card. This is amazing. So, as the co-main, we have Merab versus Umar. Now, that came out of nowhere. Everybody thought Sean O'Malley was going to rematch Merab, which is insane. I don't even know how this happened. Sean O'Malley just posted something about that. Maybe that was wishful thinking, but there's a story behind why this came together. Now, I don't know if it's true, but this is what Dana White said, and we're going to check that story out in a second. But holy smokes, this is incredible. Umar's getting his shot. Somebody that we think might be the most dominant fighter in the Bantamweight division. I know he's a bit untested, but people are speaking very positively about them. And of course, that last name, the most famous last name, or one of the most famous last names in the world of mixed martial arts in the UFC, Umar Nurmagomedov is going to be fighting Merab. Now, Merab seemed like he did not want to fight Umar, claiming that he just didn't have the accolades, which there was some merit to that argument. But I think at the end of the day, he was trying to avoid Umar. And, which is his prerogative as the champ, I suppose. He had some legitimate arguments. I would have loved to have seen Sean O'Malley rematch him, so I wasn't too upset about it, but this is really, really cool. And the fact that we've got Umar and Islam on the same card as co-main and main, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. I'm so excited for this fight. Also, we got Johnny Walker. How fun is that? No matter what his record may be or what things have happened, he's one of the most exciting fighters to watch. I love his style. Peyton Talbot. Now, I don't know if this is the main card, but I think it is. The reason why I'm not sure, though, is there's one fight that I'm really surprised isn't listed in these 5 fights that has been announced, which is Yuri Prochazka versus Jamal Hill. So I'm really surprised, but maybe it's like the main event of the prelims, or these are just like 5 fights that they're posting that may not necessarily mean they're all on the main card. So anyways, we've got Peyton Talbot. If you guys don't know about Peyton Talbot, he's incredible. He's got a big hole or a black circle tattooed on the front and back of his. Hey, Kazi, come here. Sorry, my dog's going crazy. Posted on the front and back of him. It's one of the coolest tattoos ever. And he says it represents a hole inside of him, or emptiness. Anyways, but listen to him. He's a dope fighter. He had crazy odds in the last fight, and he won in like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. He's super exciting, super fun. One of the coolest fighters and up-and-coming prospects, I think, right now. Kazi, stop that, buddy. Come here. Stop. All right, so let's go into this story about what happened with how this fight came together. So Dana White claims, again, I don't know if this is true, but this is what Dana White said. He said, Merab came into the office late last night and told us that he's tired of listening to Umar disrespect him and want to make this fight happen as soon as possible. We called Umar. He was sleeping in Dagestan. He said, hell yes, anywhere, anytime. And that was it. It got locked out. So I don't know if this is really him talking about Umar disrespecting him, if this is him succumbing to a lot of fan pressure saying he's ducking, etc. But it just happened like that. I can't believe it. And the crazy thing is, if it really happened this way, which I don't know, I just don't know if I believe it. But if it really happened like this fight is 6 weeks away. Most training camps are, somewhere between 8 and 12 weeks. At least from my understanding. We'll have to ask Justin next during the next show if that's the case. But I mean, 6 weeks is on the shorter side, but I guess it is what it is. Maybe they were both already in training, assuming that this fight could go down at that time. So it is what it is. But whatever the case may be, UFC 311. This is just so lit. I cannot wait. And as I mentioned, man, This is the best time ever to be a UFC fan. We just get banger after banger, and the fights keep getting better and better. So that's all I got, guys. All right, I got to go to bed. I just want to get this out. Even my dog is barking because he knows it's time to chill out and finally be done working. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you like this video, make sure to click that like button. If you want to see more, make sure to click subscribe. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.